As for us, we can't stop speaking about what we have seen and heard. That's our memory verse for this unit. And I love this verse because it tells me a little bit about, it reminds me of how I feel. I can't stop teaching Sunday school because I love to tell the stories of Jesus. Our stories in this unit are also about people that spoke about Jesus and couldn't stop. Last week, do you remember? Peter and John went to the temple and there was a man that was begging. He could not walk. And he asked Peter and John for money, but Peter said, I don't have any money, but I do have something that is even better that I will give you. Do you remember what he gave the man? If you said Jesus Christ, you are right. He gave him Jesus Christ. He told him about Jesus, and the man stood up and walked into the temple. He didn't just stand up. He was jumping and walking into the temple. He was so happy and excited. This week is also a story with Peter. Peter kept talking about Jesus Christ to all that he met and about how Jesus is alive. And more people believed him all the time. Well, King Herod did not like it when people talked about Jesus. And so he had Peter arrested and put in jail because he kept telling Peter to stop talking about Jesus. But Peter couldn't stop talking about him because he was so happy about that Jesus was alive. So his friends, Peter's friends, started praying for him. They were very concerned that Herod would harm Peter. And the night before Peter was to be put on trial, an angel came to the prison cell, and the chains fell off of Peter's wrists, and the angel led Peter out of the prison cell. And when they got to the gate of the city, the gate opened, and Peter went through. The angel disappeared, and Peter ran to the house of his friends and knocked on the door. It was the middle of the night. He might have been concerned that he would get arrested again. Rhoda, who was indoors, heard the knocking and came to open the door. But when she heard Peter's voice, "Let me in, let me in," she got so excited that she ran back to tell all the friends what she had heard and that Peter was at the front door. But she didn't open the front door. This story is one of my favorites because it's kind of funny. Anyway, Peter finally got in the door and he told everyone what had happened, and he told them to tell the other disciples that weren't there what had happened, and then he left. So the story is about prayer and how friends pray for each other. And so this week, I hope that you will retell this story, that you will use some of the motions that are in the story, and you will find someone to read it maybe to you while you do the motions. This will be one motion you'll make because the friends prayed for Peter. This might be another motion you'll make as you're running in place because Peter ran to his friend's house. And then you might make a knocking motion, right? But Rhoda didn't let him in. She ran to tell the other friends who was at the door. After you retell the story, you might want to do the activity page if you haven't yet. The activity page is 2 prayer cards that you can color, and you can color both sides, the front and the back. I made an activity card. I made a prayer card, and this is what mine looks like. I didn't do the back yet, though. I forgot to do that. So I hope you won't forget to do both sides. I drew a picture on this side, though, of myself waving. And I'm planning to give this to my granddaughter and tell her, as I give it to her, that I am praying for her this week. See? Who can you pray for this week? How do you feel after you have prayed for someone? Try it out. Be sure that you pray for at least 2 people, if not more. You can actually make more prayer cards if you need to, right? And that will be a good activity for you. And you will find that maybe, just like the friends of Peter, your prayers for those friends might be answered. Will you be surprised? Right now, I would like to pray with you. Will you pray with me by folding your hands and bowing your head and thinking about what I am going to say? I'm going to pray for you. Dear God, please bless all of the children and all of the people who are watching this video. Amen. Thank you, Will and Elin, Colin, Petra, and let's see, did I forget anybody? Will, Elin, Colin, Petra, and I think there's somebody else, but there might be others too that are watching. And I ask that God will bless you this week as well. See you next time. Bye-bye.